Matt Stafford is in L.A. How much of an upgrade over Jared Goff is that?
I think it's a huge upgrade for the simple fact that I think everyone who has played against Stafford, you respect the danger of what he can do with the football. I think Jared Goff he's a good quarterback. Obviously, led his team through it, but I just feel like nobody was afraid of what he can do. Like, it's not like, okay, we got to go out there and we got to stop Goff. No, it was, we got to stop Gurley. We got to stop them from running the football, because if they can run the football, then they're able to work their play action game and do all these things where. And also, if the play breaks down, no one's not sure if Goff can go out there and throw the football off script, where Stafford, it doesn't matter. You know, I put him in that tier with Aaron Rodgers, with Mahomes, now Josh Allen, who can just take the football and sling it wherever they want. You know, that's the type of player he is.
I think Matthew Stafford is way overvalued. I watched his career from day one. He never beat any good teams. They never won a division.
Okay,
Matthew Stafford's I'm gonna give you, and people always say just blame the lines. He played with a first ballot Hall of Famer and a wide receiver of Calvin Johnson, and Ndamukong Suh and them. They had and Nick Fairley. They had a 5th ranked defense one year. His record against teams over 500 is 10-66. I watched this guy, and a lot of his numbers. That's why on Detroit radio people call him Stat Patford. A lot of his numbers come after they fall behind after 2 or 3 touchdowns and defenses soften. He's not this great quarterback that people keep acting like, oh, it's not his fault. Everything that happened in Detroit was everybody's fault except Matthew Stafford. This guy was the first overall pick in the draft, and he hasn't won a playoff game in a dozen years. And Matt Stafford has to get some of the blame.
Preach!
No, that's fair. He can get some of the blame. Exactly, some of the blame. But the ones who are vouching for him, the one who truly understand like what he can do, are the ones that have played against him.
Yeah,
we can throw all these numbers in. We can say all these things like he hasn't won or the team hasn't won. They've been through 3 head coaches already, trying to figure those things out. They got a new GM, all these things, and at the end of the day, guys who have lined up across from Stafford, they know exactly what he can do, how scary, how talented he is. Because I'm telling you, man, and I'm speaking from experience myself, being in Green Bay, playing against him. You know, even when I was in Washington playing against him.
How many times did he beat you when you were in Green Bay?
Hold on, wait, Rob, what Will is politely saying is that sounds great on radio, right? But all that matters, you're worth what somebody's willing to pay you.
I get that
okay?
part, Doug.
And the LA Rams.
Rob.
What the LA Rams are saying is, Rob Parker, we hear you. We completely disagree with you.
That's
and
fine.
That he played in systems that didn't challenge him. He didn't have running game. He didn't have a good enough roster. Nobody wins it alone in the NFL.
Okay,
and they think you're wrong.
And you know what? The trade will be a bust when he doesn't win a Super Bowl, because that's the only thing
trade
he's
to win a
gone
Super
there.
Bowl.
He's got to win a Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. If they don't get to a Super Bowl and win it, what's the difference? The difference is Matt Stafford has to win a Super Bowl. Otherwise, what's the difference? Jared Goff had the 5th greatest offense with the Rams. They went to a Super Bowl. They got undressed by Bill Belichick. I get it. He's regressed.
Actually, they got undressed by the Chicago Bears that playoffs. That's why everyone now has the blueprint on what to do against Jared Goff. That's exactly what happened. It was the Bears. And the difference is that I don't think they'll be able to do that with Matt Stafford. They are in a win-now situation. They're like, okay, we need to figure this out. We're in a win-now. That's why they have all these players that they're trying to figure out. And I'm also sure that when the new GM, Brad Holmes, went over to Detroit, him and Les Snead made some kind of a deal. I'm going to help you out. You help me out. My window is closing. You got a new opportunity. They're going to figure it out. That's what it was. And to answer your question, Stafford went down the field in the 4th quarter and actually beat us. So, yes, he won that game in 2015 or 16. It was 16, excuse me.
Rob, listen, it's just like This is like me talking to an NFL GM, telling what I think. It doesn't really matter what I think. It's what the league thinks. And the league
fine,
can completely disagree with you.
no,
And it's also
no.
you don't have to
That
win a
doesn't
Super
make
Bowl.
any sense.
You don't have to
No,
win a
no,
Super Bowl for
It
the
doesn't-
trade to make sense. Hold on.
Yes,
you don't
it
have to
does.
win. No,
That's
you
why
don't.
you made the trade. You're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you
you're
believe
trying to put yourself
Matthew
in-
Stafford is the missing piece, Doug.
Hold on.
Right, and that's why they made the trade, because they value him more
Correct.
right now.
Will the Rams win the Super Bowl with Matt Stafford in the next 2
They
years?
have a hell of a. They
No,
are
that's
in the
not what I
running right
asked
now.
you. I asked you, will
Rob,
they win the
do you
Super
know
Bowl?
how many things have to go right
no,
for you to win a Super Bowl?
I get that. I'm
No,
asking.
you don't.
Yes,
Apparently you
Will,
don't. You keep
I'm
saying I
asking
get
Will,
that. No, I get that.
Will they
No, you
win the
don't.
Super Bowl? Yes or no is the answer, Will. Yes or no?
I can't answer that right now.
Why?
Right. Because you don't know
Doug,
about
will they win the
because-
Super
no,
Bowl?
because-
Yes or
league.
no?
Because
You don't know about the rest of the league.
It's a team thing, right? It's John
There's
Johnson. gonna be
53
there.
dudes, right? Like, look, I think we would all, well, outside of you, Rob, everybody else agrees that Tom Brady is the winningest, most successful. He brings winning to it. But a lot of other things have to go your way in order to win a Super Bowl. He don't win a Super Bowl unless he's got that dynamic front four that he has in Tampa. He doesn't win a Super Bowl unless he has Malcolm Butler make play. Like, you don't do it all by yourself. But the Rams said, like, look, we are winning in spite of our quarterback play. We want to get a guy who we can win sometimes because of our quarterback play. We feel like he's limiting the growth of our wide receivers, of our young running back. And that doesn't mean you'll win a Super Bowl, and it doesn't make the trade a bad trade if you don't. If it puts you in a better position than you were previously, and you're willing to take on the financial ramifications of moving off a guy where you still have to pay dead cap money, then it's the right move. That's it. It's not the black-white thing of, well, you either win a Super Bowl or it's a failure. Green Bay season wasn't a failure. They didn't win a Super Bowl. They had the best record. They lost in a close game in the NFC Championship game. That's not the way sports
season
works.
was a failure. Yes,
No, it wasn't.
It was. Yes,
No, it wasn't. I mean, Will, was Green Bay season a failure?
Green Bay season was a failure.
Thank you very much.
Listen,
yes, Doug, it
no,
was.
Here's the thing. It was because they were a few plays away last year in the same situation. And then they go back this year. You got the MVP. He's playing out of his mind. And then you let, Tampa do their thing. So I think for Green Bay, it was a failure because they're a team, too, that's super close where, like the Rams, they can make a couple of things, a couple of adjustments this year, this offseason. So for Green Bay, it was because they were the team that was primed to go ahead and get this done. A lot of teams had them ready to rock and go right in there. So I think for them, it was a failure.
Maybe here's a better parallel, right? Okay, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thought if we can get a quarterback that just doesn't turn the damn ball over, right? And we can,
point, yeah.
Okay, that's what's limiting.
It wasn't Super Bowl or bust for Green Bay. So in that terms of a failure, right? It wasn't a failure in that regards. But in terms of them, they should have been right. Now, if Tampa did not go to the Super Bowl, that would have been an absolute failure because they made a similar decision that the Rams have made. Like, okay, we're done with this guy. We need someone that's gonna hopefully get us there because that's what we think we need.
By the way, you can hear Will Blackmon on Fox Sports Radio. You can also follow him on social media, and he has a wine podcast as well, right?
The wine MVP podcast? I just released my first episode yesterday.
In it, what's the wine of choice in this episode? Red or white?
It's red. It's a Maris. It's from the family Foley Society. He actually Bill Foley. He owns the Vegas Knights. It's his whole. He has a whole wine collection of vineyards and golf courses and resorts.
All right. Any truth to this? You put together this entire podcast to get free wine. Any truth to that at all?
I already get free wine, so now I'm trying to get paid.
Okay, fair enough. Get paid to drink wine. That is a smart man. That's when you're a smart dude. Will, thanks for joining us, dude.
No, I appreciate you, fellas.
All right, Will Blackmon joining us. Okay, so we've established that it's Matt Stafford Super Bowl or bust for Rob Parker. I've established that I think you can simply be better as a football team and not get there.